Hello and welcome back to Rolling the Robsons. Today we're at a site called Warren Mill Caravan Park, which we've heard lots of really good things about, but we've never been before. It was a bit of a hard decision about whether to come here or whether to not come here. We are in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak. It's now the 20th of March. My actual school's shut today for most pupils, although key workers can still go. We did have it booked and we really humming hard. It's Lucy's birthday tomorrow, so wish her a happy birthday in the comments down below, please. That would be great. We did really think, should we come, should we not come, will we spread it? Well, the thing is, we're actually miles away from anybody here. We're not particularly close to anyone, so we're going to try and keep ourselves confined to where we are. If we were in the house, yes, we'd be confined in the house, but we can still walk around and we can still go to shops and things. And I'm a teacher, so, you know, hopefully I haven't got it because I'm asthmatic. And hopefully the girls won't get it, and hopefully your family as well look after themselves, and you kind of keep on top of each other, and you make sure that each other as well. So it was a hard decision, but we have came away, so we'll show you what we can see. There's a great view of Beautiful Bay, which is absolutely stunning as we're driving down here. So we actually came down into the main part. You actually come around to the tour and pitch section, which has its own reception and its own park. So we'll give you a quick little tour of the bits that we can see. It is starting to get dark here. It's now 6 PM, so it's starting to get a bit darker. And my daughter Olivia there is just kind of banging on the window to get my attention, so I'll show you quickly around what we can see from here. So coming around here, we've got the amenities block here. Haven't been here, he said it's alright. We've then got the reception, and then I don't know if you can see a bit further down there. Let me zoom in a second. We've got the children's park. There are two other parks in the centre. We've been told Martha's down there currently, and there's a bit of a skim round to everybody else. And then apparently we've now got Olivia dancing in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some tea, we're going to get sorted, and then we're going to watch a film, and we'll hopefully take on our journeys tomorrow. We've just been told by Boris or Bojo that we can't now go to cafes or pubs or restaurants. There is a pub on site here, and we were planning eventually going for Lucy's birthday. We cancelled that because we didn't want Lucy's mum and family coming up just in case they weren't well. It's going to be interesting dancing with Olivia there. And what we've decided to do instead is maybe we'll have a takeaway from there, because it still can be a takeaway. Bye for now. Good morning, everyone, the Robsons. We've been up for a little bit. We've had breakfast. It's Lucy's birthday today, so wish her happy birthday in the comments. And she's got her new Doc Marten boots on. So as everything is being told to shut, we've decided we probably won't go out today in terms of showing you things. But what we will do is we'll go down to the beach, which is pretty close, because we can show you that, because it hasn't got anything on that we're not allowed to do at the moment. So we're just going to have a wander around the site. We're going to have a look up to the shop and see what's in the shop, and we'll show you that if we can. Yeah, so we're having a bit of a wander around. So we'll see you in a little bit. Bye for now. Hello, after we wandered around the park, we've just came down here near Beautiful Bay, so we just want to wander down here. As you can see behind us, we've actually got Beautiful Bay, which is a massive piece of sand. It'd be good if you want to bring the dog, assuming you can at this time of year, probably can. And also, the very far back, which you probably can't see, is also Holy Island. So we've got Martha and Olivia that way. So we're going to wander down the path and see what it's like down there. See you in a little bit. unfortunately the microphone on our camera has been a little bit hitty-missy, as it's been a bit missy here. So me and Olivia decided to go out, and what we're going to look for when we go out then, Olivia? Yes, we're going to look for some candles, because we didn't have any for Mum's birthday, or Lucy's birthday had a couple of cakes, but someone, as I just shown there, me, forgot to bring the candles. So we decided we would put out the sea houses, as long as we would keep social distance, and see if we could buy some candles, because they have a local co-op there. Wasn't ideal, but at least we really wanted the candles on a cake, so we decided to go out and get the candles from there. And we also decided that when we were there, we'd consider what else we need to do. And just as I drove away from the site, Olivia also decided to fall asleep. So I had a little bit of a sit in sea houses before we got out of there. And yeah, we're just going to pop into sea houses, see if we can get some candles as part of our little mission. It's just me and Olivia, because obviously we don't want to spread it as much as we can, and Olivia was kind of dying to come along and see what we were going to be doing there. So we're going to pop in at the sea houses, get the candles, and then come back. So we've decided that the candles, we got them from the co-op. While we were there, we got another few bits and pieces, because it is a bit of a food shortage here in the UK. So we got some things that we could get, that we could use in the caravan, and also some things we could take home. So it means we don't have to go out as much in the following week. While we're there, we decided to go for fish and chips, because Lucy wanted to take away, and we got it from there instead. It was a bit odd, because you had to obviously order inside, then you had to go back outside and wait outside in the cold. It was absolutely freezing. So Olivia was kind of sneaking a little bit in to get a little bit of warmth from the heat that was coming from inside of there. But we managed to get that. There wasn't a lot of social distancing. There was a lot of people wandering around very close. Some of the parts of sea houses were still open, even though they probably should have been completely shut at this point. So after Olivia had been asleep, we managed to get the things we needed from sea houses, and we're just about to go back up to the campsite to share the food with Olivia and the rest of the girls. So we decided to go out for a little bit of a wander around the site and take you with us a little bit of a tour. This is our pitch here. As you can see, we were pretty well self-isolated. The pitches here are the grass section, so just panning around all the grass pitches. We've got a table. Obviously right next to us we have a water point, so we're quite lucky we could use that ourselves. And this is on this side the grey waste water, which is ideal. Panning round there was Maisie, bless her, taking the toilet down. She didn't take it, I sorted out for her. So we've got reception, and then the amenity blocks, which I think we already showed you earlier in the video. So on this side we've got the ladies' toilets, then we've also got the laundrettes on this side. In the middle section, just where Maisie is about now, was where you could wash your pots and also wash your pans. And then on the far side of the block we had the male toilets on there. Also in the middle was the disabled and child access for showers. So as you can see there, we've got the kids park, hard standing around that section, and actually behind the amenities block, as we just sneak around here, this looked like this was a fully serviced pitches, and there was actually quite a few people quite close to the fully serviced. We were quite lucky on the grass, me being a bit tight. So just coming down here, obviously where Maisie is there is pretty much where you would get rid of your chemical disposal and waste. So don't worry, I actually did it. Just Maisie decided she would give me a hand bringing it along because she wanted to use the trolley. And then just past the amenities block here, this is where during the summer or warmer months tent would be. So fingers crossed that can open up for some people, because obviously a lot of people can only go in their tent when it's a bit warmer. So kind of hard to drive to in terms of like the kind of ground's quite hard, and then you've got lots of tables and electric hook points. It also had a section just before on that side which was a motorhome disposal point, which seemed a little bit excessive to dispose of your motorhome, especially when they are reasonably expensive, as well as water there, so you could fill up your kettle or whatever else you might have had in your tent. So we're just going to pan up now. This bit here, we've walked up to the top, and as you can see, I think we showed you the other day, but we also have a larger park here which has a zip line of death. Although Maisie was impressed with it, she didn't like the name because she did say it wasn't that much like death. So panning round, this is the main kind of complex here, where you've actually got a bar and restaurant that obviously wasn't open while we were there. You have the main reception if your holiday home is there or you are a wigwam guest, and on the left hand side you have the shop that we've popped into. They did limit it, they didn't have a lot of food there, bless them, because obviously everyone had bought everything that was there. So we're just walking up and around, and you have an absolutely amazing view. The actual camera does not give you the kind of view as good as it is there. So we've got Olivia just popping around us to saying bye. So we're going to move on to the next section. Here is actually the back of the bar. Again, it was completely shut, so it would be really good in the summer because you've got nice light, and you've got obviously the kind of pools we're coming up to on the side here. The pools are shut. They're actually open in July and August time. Obviously they weren't open when we were there anyway, and as you can see they're kind of dog friendly with dog bowls there. We decided we'd walk around to have a look at the games room. The games room is just kind of coming past the pools, and as you can see the pool's all shut. You kind of come round, and then a little bit round the corner is the games room section. Although when we did actually get to the games room section, we realised that again it was shut as it should have been, and you couldn't get in anywhere. So the game zone's just in that section. So as we continue past the shop area, there is several static caravans in this section. Just looking from the balcony here with Martha. And there's lots and lots of statics here and homes. You can book them as well directly. So we just came over back next to the park, and you can walk all the way along down here. It is an absolutely massive campsite with plenty of space to walk in, and when we were there we saw very few other little people. So just on the left hand side was an amenities block, and when we got a little bit closer, what we found was that this was actually the section for the wigwams. So there was wigwams behind here, and as you can see there's tables and chairs. It was heated also, kettles and all the things, even plates there provided for the wigwams, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. The wigwams also had their own toilet sections to the side, and as you can see, like I said, it was also completely heated to keep you warm while you were in there. We wandered up to the wigwams, which are just round the corner, so it isn't directly next to, but it's fairly close to the amenities block, and we counted that there were 9 wigwams in total around this section. Again, nice and easy to get the rear car, being hard stand in terms of the drive up there. We decided we would continue our walk, so we kind of turned left, and then eventually we got to a bit of a pond. There was a few things we got to before, so pond ideal for the children to watch things. And then we went down a bit further, and there was just an amazing nature walk. So as you can see, there is Buttle Bay. The actual image on the camera is good, but it is nowhere near as good as the real thing. So when it opens up from coronavirus, please come and visit, because Buttle Bay is absolutely stunning. The nature walk went round a bit further. As you can see, it kind of meandered around the path, so we just took that and had a bit of a leisurely walk around. Both the girls and Lucy and myself were amazed by the size of this walk that was on the side of the campsite. And then eventually it brought you back up to the top of a big hill. So here we are, just kind of on top of that big hill. Again, lots of picnic tables so you could sit and watch the view along Buttle Bay. And there was Olivia just popping along as per usual. Probably just doing what she likes. While we were there, that's going to come in a second, there was some amazing wildlife sort of around the area, and I think it would be great for people who are interested in their wildlife and they've got their binoculars, because as you will see, as we were standing there, a huge number of birds, couldn't see quite from where we were what type of birds were, came flying over the top. So they obviously came back from springtime, and they're all getting back into the UK, and there was just like thousands of them flew over. And then you'll see again in a few seconds there's probably another few thousand fly over as well. So they've also been migrating back into the country wherever they've been before. And again, as you can see, there's absolutely loads of them all flying maybe to the islands, because off the coast you've obviously got Holy Island or Lindisfarne as well. So there's some more of those birds. Absolutely stunning to see that many birds, and the girls were even wowed by the amount of them. So we're now going to try and say goodbye, but as I said before, our camera is a bit hitty missy, so we're kind of saying that we're back in the car ready. We got everything set up pretty much before the walk, so we could literally get into the car as soon as we got back. So we've hitched up, we've pulled it alongside reception to kind of check the mirrors are all nice and straight. We really enjoyed our time here at Warren Mill. We would definitely come back again when all the sanctions and all the kind of restrictions are lifted for people. The site wasn't the cheapest, but it was about £50 for 2 nights, which I think is pretty reasonable. You do pay extra for an awning as well, and I think that's pretty reasonable for the amount of facilities it has and the great location that it has. So hopefully the sound will work for a little bit now to listen to what. Now, Maisie, what's your favourite part?
Probably hiking.
Probably hiking, Martha?
Park or the shop or the sea.
Shop, oh, park or the shop or the sea. What's your favourite bit, Olivia?
Park and the sea.
Park and the sea. What we're going to say now?
Bye for now.
So bye for now. If you don't already, please give us a thumbs up for our video. Well, give us a thumbs up. Put a comment below if you anything you thought about it or anything you'd like to do, maybe possibly while the coronavirus is around. Yeah, and lastly, if you don't already,